brief description of both and what the benefits potentially are, and give a little bit of historical context. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
We have to be careful when we're selling that we're not lecturing our guests, right? They don't come to us to be educated necessarily. They come because they want to eat. So we want to give them the information. We want to get them. We want them to know it's local. We want to get them hooked. We want to get them enticed. But we don't want to spend 45 minutes explaining to them the benefits of eating fresh tomatoes.
Maybe something like at my restaurant, my two favorites would be like, would you like to try our Rhode Island caught calamari, or maybe one of our fresh spring rolls?
There you go. Nice options. Seafood, international cuisine, so you've got kind of a wide spread, right? If I say the word dessert to you, maybe not necessarily to you, my pastry chef over here, but if I say the word dessert to you, does that bring up a flavor or a taste in your mouth or in your mind?
Chocolate.
If I just say the word dessert, it does?
Yeah. I love chocolate, that's why.
Sweet.
I just love chocolate, so it's like
Okay,
chocolate.
so you think sweet when I say
Yeah.
dessert. If at the end of the meal, if you come to my restaurant, you've had a big plate of chicken parm over pasta with salad, a couple of glasses of wine, and I walk up to your table and I say, coffee and dessert? What are you probably gonna say to me? No, because you're too full. But if I walk up to your table and I say, chocolate cake or tiramisu?
Oh,
Now what happens?
We're back to the
Mr.
same old thing.
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu, bring it on. And a cappuccino, even if it's past date.
Right?
It's okay though.
Because now I've planted a flavor or an idea in your mind that's going to make you think of, reflect on something that you enjoy. We know that Cyril's favorite dessert is tiramisu, so I know every time he comes in, if I say tiramisu, boom, $6 onto the check, money in my pocket, right? That's what it's all about.
I can't help it.
Easy, right? Easy? And it adds to your check every time. Why do we want to add to the check?
More tips.
More time.
More tips, more money. All right, upselling.
Yeah.
Suggesting a larger size or better quality than the customer's original order. Give me an example.
Welcome to McDonald's.
And
Do you want to supersize this?
it's the most famous upsell in the world. Can I supersize that for you? I used to work for a woman who every time you made a mistake, she'd say, you need to learn the line, and I supersize that for you because that's where your next job is going to be. Oh, thanks, okay, I'll straighten out, I promise. So other than supersizing it, where else could you upsell? Drinks. Perfect. Give me an example of upselling.
If we wanted like tequila, like a margarita,
Uh-huh.
and instead of adding maybe like Jose Cuervo, they did Patron or something else, so this way they get that level there.
So you pull up the level of alcohol. Yes.
There was gonna be like, oh, it's already 18 up. I'm gonna put 18.
There you go. Yes, Nicole.
If it's a glass of wine, I mean, if they've ordered one and maybe they're thinking about ordering another, perhaps suggest them selling them the bottle for the rest of the evening.
And is that necessarily an upsell? Because sometimes it's cheaper to buy the bottle than it is to buy the
And it
glass.
could be, but if you know that they're gonna sit at your table and camp out, then you might just wanna sell them that bottle. Because if they're gonna sit there and sip that bottle all night, they might be more prone to also keep ordering more food. So it might work in your benefit.
Good point. What's the other way it could work for you? It might actually sell you some appetizers, right? To kind of prolong that meal. Any other way?
They might want another bottle after they finish the first one.
Right? And as long as they're not drunk, because we're responsible servers of alcohol,
All tips are enough.
always, right? Any other way?
Well, if it's a small little app, it's 3 portions, you say, well, you can also have it with a 5 portion. Or 5 units.
Yeah.
There must be more.
You can try and up the sales. To me, when you sell a bottle of wine,
You want something better bottle.
guaranteed. You might order another glass, you might order maybe a third, but if you order a bottle, I know I got your sale, right? And chances are, I'm gonna be able to sell you that appetizer and possibly the extra appetizer or the dessert, right? I can always suggest you go up on the price of the bottle of wine. So it's important to have food knowledge, wine knowledge, when you go into your restaurants. You should know what you're talking about, so that you can kind of upsell it. Give me another example of upselling something, aside from liquor and
Well,
wine.
we're out of this bottle right here, but we have this one, which is comparable. Maybe a little higher in price, but it is the best I've had in a long time.
Good catch, man.
And the key to that word one is a great value.
Oh, yes.
Because you get like this or that, yes.
Well, if you wanted to go outside of drinks and wines, if maybe someone is contemplating dessert and you, like, they looked at the menu, maybe all the dessert items between $6 and $8. So if you already know they're thinking about it, maybe that's when you suggest, oh, tonight's dessert special that we don't have on the menu is, you know, this, and this, and lo and behold, it's a $12 dessert special, not an $8 dessert special.
There you go.
So have them order the dessert before they order the entree. I mean, I know at Al Forno's, that's a killer because they say we prepare everything fresh. So when you order those apps and you're so hungry, you have no tolerance to when you're gonna be full, and they just sell you that dessert, because you know you're gonna take it at that point.
Yeah, because you're
So
starving.
hungry.
If you're at a restaurant and they do like a tasting menu, they might try to get you from like the 5-course to 7-course, and then they might even be like, would you like to do a wine tasting with that as well? So at
There
that
you
point,
go.
just kind of just keeps going.
Upselling happens everywhere, right? Everywhere we go, you get upsold. I bought a new phone this weekend, right? You spend $1.5 zillion on the phone, and then, did you want protective covers? Did you need to have a case? Would you like to have insurance? Did you? And it's like, now it's like $950 billion that I spent on.
Do you want a car charger while you're at it?
Yeah, it's like, ah. So, upselling, highlighting, open-ended questions. Give me an example of an open-ended question.
Would you like to try our tiramisu or our fresh cut fruit bowl?
Perfect. Sobe, give me an example of highlighting a menu item.
Our frozen yogurt of the week, frozen yogurt flavor of the week is grapefruit.
Perfect. Can you upsell me something, Cyril?
Yeah, we have a new, beer that just came in off the boat, and I would like you to try it. We have it in the 300 milliliter, but the 500 really brings out the best flavors.
Terrific. All right, so I think you have it. Do you feel like you have it? All right, let's practice.
No way.
Let's practice. What we're gonna do now is practice. I have some menus that I borrowed from my Bertucci's restaurant that I went to on Friday for dinner with my husband. And these are brand new menus, so they have some new items on them. And what I would like you to do is, in your groups, work together, and I want you to take a menu item that you can highlight, one that you can highlight, one that you can upsell, and one that you can ask an open-ended question about. And then what I'm gonna have you do is, one of you will have 4 guests will sit here, and you will try and sell them things from the menu. So I'll give you like 5 or 10 minutes to work on this, and then we'll practice it out. Yes?
Does it have to be a different menu item for each category?
It should be. I think it'll make it more interesting.
I think it's
She would.